All right, we're back. Another overtime episode number 21. The overtime show can legally drink now, boys.
Ew.
Yeah. This week we're wrapping up the Train to Busan trilogy, even though they're all not related, basically, besides some rules and shit. With Train to Busan presents Peninsula from 2020.
Wait a minute. So this is episode 21, so they can drink?
Yeah.
All this time I've had to drink to actually watch these episodes, so, it's fitting.
We getting progressively worse with the jokes. Like, holy shit.
No. This is comedy, Maverick. Yeah. Anyway.
Great joke.
Thanks.
Everybody laugh.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie a 4, but I was really tired when I was watching it, and part of me thinks I would have liked it more if I wasn't.
Ask a question.
Okay.
What did we all give the original Train to Busan?
You hated
5.
it. Well, you shit
It was-
on it.
Great.
I think I gave it like a 6. I already gave it. I don't remember.
I didn't answer anything. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't remember what I gave the original one.
I don't
I was going to
remember.
watch it ahead of time. Or...
I think you gave it a 4. That's what my guess will be.
Okay.
But anyway, 4. I think I would have liked it better if I was fully awake when I watched it. There you go. Maverick, this is your second attempt at watching this movie. You bailed out your first time.
I did.
Yeah. How'd it go? How'd it go this time?
I mean, I finished it.
That's progress. Yeah.
I'll give it a 3. I didn't really like it at all.
Yeah.
It didn't stand. It just wasn't as good as the Train to Busan.
I think you're both insane.
I knew
think
that-
this is a better movie.
Tyler was about to say this.
I think this movie was like legit like 10 times better than the original one. Everyone out there hates it, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get into like graphics and stuff like that, but like
Oh, trust me, we will.
the story of this one like makes sense. Like the stuff he struggles with and everything. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but I want to give this one like a solid 7.
Yeah.
Like I would tell people to watch this movie. I mean, scary wise, maybe not so much.
Well, no. I mean, none of them are
But,
very
yeah.
scary. Yeah.
I mean, there was one part that was supposed to be scary that I laughed a lot at.
Okay.
But we'll get into that. We'll get into
Yeah,
that.
we'll get into that. Hey, spoiler warning for Peninsula. Everything's getting ruined. You've been warned.
All right, so I'm gonna start this off one differently. What made you laugh? What was the part in this movie where you were like giggling?
Okay, before we
and you weren't
started
supposed to.
before we started the podcast, I was telling them that I was laughing hysterically at a part that was not meant to be laughed at. And to be fair, it wasn't the part's fault. But so at the very end of the movie, everything's falling apart, and the mom's shot in the leg, and she's falling behind her daughters, and the dude running in front of her. And so finally, she just starts shooting zombies behind, and then she gets in a truck and starts blowing the horn and shit, right?
Oh, no.
To make them come.
Blowing all the zombies.
Yeah.
Making
Yeah.
them come. It was crazy.
To make
Whoa.
the zombies, come over there and shit. And I was like, oh fuck, mom's gonna sacrifice herself, and it's all this shit. And then I looked away for a minute, and there's a bunch of stuff that happened in the 10 minutes before this that led up to this that we'll talk about, but I don't want to get into it right now. But I looked away for a second. I think I looked away to write something down, right? And then I looked up, and she had the gun under her chin, and I was like, oh my god. And I just started laughing, because in my mind I was like, man, how can this get any worse? And then I just looked back, and she's got the gun just about to blow her head off. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And then the fucking lady she's making a very sensible decision.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, that lady was insane.
It's like, okay. But anyway, that you're not supposed to laugh at that, but it was just my look away and look back that got me. So there you go.
The first time he sees that glass tube full of zombies, and it's
Oh,
very
yeah.
obvious, like a TV screen.
Yeah.
And they light it up for a second or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh!" I just couldn't hold. I was
Yeah.
laughing the whole time.
You know, if they would have just done the shot after he saw them, where I thought it was the moon that lit them up. Maybe it was a flashlight, but I don't think so.
No, maybe it was the moon.
Yeah.
Maybe it was.
And then you see all the zombies trapped in this stairwell, and it's a glass thing or whatever. If they would have just went with that shot was all right. But the shot before it, where he sees it, and it's like a green TV screen, he was like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a really this isn't a funny part, but there's a shot where like an airplane takes out a bridge, and I was like, "God damn!" That's pretty cool.
That's the point I sent that this movie looks like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
So let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. Is that this movie had a budget of $16 million.
It's a lot of elephants.
Are they just not allowed? Shut the fuck up. Are they just not? Are they just not allowed to use real vehicles in this movie? Because I think there was only one shot I remember seeing that I was like, that's a real car, when they were driving. Because when it's parked at the state or at their camp or whatever, it's a real car. But just every car in this movie was fake.
I thought
Really?
they were all real.
No,
Yeah.
they're
They didn't
fake
look
as
fake to
shit.
me.
You're crazy.
I thought they were all real.
No, y'all are both crazy.
I mean, there was a couple times
every
where
car
tanking
scene-
around corners or whatever that maybe is CGI, but like a lot of it looked real.
Everyone was fake as fuck. I haven't looked
We're
up
gonna-
to
we're
confirm
gonna
this,
have to-
but it's true.
We're gonna have to battle the zombies
Even when-
and see if these cars exist.
Even when those fucking when they're slamming into each other, it's fake cars, and then they've just like added them into the seats and shit.
I didn't see that at all. I think they were real cars.
It's
I
But
think
fake
you're
as fuck.
insane, Tom.
I think you're both insane.
I mean, some shots, if I'm remembering it correctly, because it's been like 2 weeks since I've seen this movie. I mean, I remember maybe some shots where it's like, okay, but it's the shots where the car is like going off a ramp or something.
yeah.
So
like a stunt shot, but
yeah.
majority of the other time I think they were real. I don't know what Tom was doing there.
Y'all,
That was weird.
I
was tired.
I
We
was
watched
looking. I was looking at Maverick
no.
because he didn't watch it. He watched it 2 weeks ago, and he's going based off of memory. This little bitch has been playing Call of Duty and Rust all day.
I mean, it's only bad because name the person in your life who has the worst memory of all time.
Well,
It's pretty bad.
this is a movie
Yeah,
podcast,
it's
not a
real.
shit on Maverick cast. Come on, guys.
What's
please.
the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just saying. I mean, you have the worst memory of anybody that I've ever met.
That's true. My memory's pretty bad.
And then you watched the movie 2 weeks ago. So,
Listen, I was waiting on y'all, okay?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
was that
yeah.
what happened?
Yeah. Listen, I watched the movie 2 weeks ago, okay? Y'all's fault.
Your fault.
anyways.
Anyways,
So let's start at the beginning since we just jumped ahead for no reason. Are you looking up to see if the cars are real?
that's all I've been focusing on now.
Okay,
Yeah.
you keep looking that up and
You
I'll
go
set up
ahead.
the story. So this guy's driving and he's getting his sisters and her family to safety. And he passed this like broke down family and he's like, fuck them. We're not stopping for them. Well, they stop just to look at their faces and then drive on. Really dumb.
Drive off.
The guy just looks ahead and I'm going to say that I would have done the same thing. Right?
Yeah.
Because you got to
Once-
like...
Once again, Dad from the first one. I was with him all the way. Where he's like, "Look out for yourself."
And he gets on the boat, and then zombie outbreak breaks out, and everyone dies except for him and his brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
It was his name I can't remember. Number 61. I remember his number.
I remember. Yeah,
But the guy, oh, great, Major League Pitcher. So okay, hold on. Big elephant in the room, bigger than Tom's budget. Why do they randomly speak English?
Because
And
fucking
then,
America saw Train to Busan and was like, we want in on that. And so then they
Gimme.
made them have
Gimme.
random American characters and them speak
well,
English at
like
parts.
that made sense. Like the general guy was American, and the dude who was running the
Yeah.
Hong Kong or whatever was American. But then when they were like talking to each other, and the guy was like, "Okay, buddy, pal," and then like it was really weird. I was like, "Why are they not? Why are they speaking English right now?"
Uh-huh.
But anyways, they go back and forth. I mean, I watched it with captions, but for the whole thing,
If you rent it on Prime, and this doesn't happen with Train to Busan because it's not in Train to Busan, but you rent Peninsula, and I was like, all right, here we go. And then the next thing I know, the fucking Korean dude started speaking. And he was like, all right, we will go over here. And then I was like, what? And it was the English dub. They had English dubbed over the movie. And I was like, get this shit out of here. And I had to set it to fucking the right language and just put subtitles on.
Oh fuck! I said the right thing.
so then it fast forwards. I want to say 4 years.
That's correct.
Well, I know the movie's supposed to take place 4 years, but I didn't know if that whole thing happened. So the beginning of this movie is happening in tandem with the Train to Busan.
Yeah.
Is it, or is it set before?
What was set 4 years after?
After the first.
Well,
one?
that's the second part when they time jump is 4 years after.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I'm guessing the beginning is still the same time as Train to Busan. Maybe a couple days later because they know
because they had
what's going on.
mentioned that the
Busan
people
fell.
tried to go to Busan. Yeah.
And so then we time jump 4 years in the future, and dude's like asleep on his bed, and he gets up the most Jet Li, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, Jean-Claude Van Damme way I've ever
This
seen.
bitch does like a flip and like
started kung fuing right out the gate.
They-
Like,
yeah.
what is going? You don't
they
even know who he
all
is.
they all do it. Like later, a zombie does like the where he takes his two legs and like whoop, and stands up like that or whatever. It was yeah. They all did that shit.
I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
But what's the other movie that we had to watch that Maverick picked? That was
Soul
horrible.
Station.
No. The Batista one.
Oh, Army of the Dead. Oh
Army
yeah,
of the Dead,
So
yeah.
at this point, the whole movie turns into Army of the Dead,
it really does.
and he has to go back to Zombieland to get money.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
Did y'all
you-
see any difference in the zombies from Busan to this one?
they seem more spastic, more
I think
like.
so.
But it's been 4 years, so
I don't know. For the most part, I liked it when they every now and then you get a shot of the zombies when they would shine a light on them, and those are zombies they like spent time making them look
Yeah.
good, and like those zombies looked really good, but I don't know. I can't really remember what the zombies looked like in the face in Train to Busan.
they're the same.
Yeah,
They weren't as detailed, like you said. You have in every zombie movie, you have show zombies, and then you just have mass zombies,
yeah.
right?
yeah.
Which one of y'all are a fan of? I think I'm a fan of like the mass zombies because I feel like that's more realistic.
Well, it depends. Are you talking about real mass zombies, or are you talking about like the first arena battle they had, where that like
The fucking
It was like-
limbo monster comes out.
yeah, I don't know
That
what
was
it
kind of
was.
ridiculous.
It was like a turtle or something, but it was made of zombie parts.
Yeah.
It was like
and I
that
was
rat
like-
monster where the rats get their tails stuck together, and they
There's
just
a name
get it's
for
like
that, I
a
just
ball
can't
of
remember the
rats.
name. Yeah, but I don't. I mean, World War Z did the best mass zombie, right?
Yeah, that's well. I
It's
mean,
pretty
what else
good.
could you compare it to, really? Like World War Z did that shit
I
so
don't-
perfect.
Out of everything we've watched, or the zombies movies we've watched so far, fucking the 28 Days movies have to have the best looking zombies, right? So far.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but Night of the Living Dead 3 gives it a run for its money.
I don't know. Well, which one in Night of the Living Dead or Return of the Living Dead 3?
All of them.
All of them,
All
yeah.
good, yeah.
Yeah, like even though like I love that first one. Tarman's cool, and like there's some other cool ones, but like design wise and
I
like
think Tarman is unique. I want it
Tarman,
call
I'm
him
looking.
cool or
don't
look
you
good.
fucking slander.
It
Yeah,
was they put black paste on a sheet and put it on somebody. Like,
I don't think that's how they did that at all.
yeah,
I mean,
that's how they do
you
it.
can look at it. He's right there.
Yeah,
Like I'm looking at him. He's. I mean, that mask isn't that great.
it's
But.
not, but it did the job. um, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, this is a zombie talk that we always have, right? Is like what zombies are best, and I think it's just a matter of when the scenario which they're in.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead had pretty good looking zombies.
Well, you're in a city and you want people in cars. You can't have slow walking zombies because they'll just be.
Yeah,
It doesn't work because you're like, hey, there's a bicycle, just right away. But,
yeah, but yeah,
I
whole
don't like
movie.
the slow moving zombies.
Slow moving zombies I like better, but scare or if you're going for like a sense of you gotta fucking hurry, the running
panic,
zombies,
yeah.
yeah.
I want to
Like
say the zombies that scare you the most aren't the fast zombies. Like I'm thinking like Walking Dead. The like suspense zombies really are the ones that get you in the long one.
I don't know. I
Right.
mean, fucking Kevin, fucking 28 weeks later, that shit was scary as fuck.
Thing about 28 days and 28 weeks is the sounds they made was just as scary as the zombies. And then you're running and you look over your shoulder and they keep in pace and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like Walking Dead, you can just run onto a field and get away, right?
Walking Dead, the zombies are so bad. I think it's been seasons since someone's been killed by a zombie.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, to be fair, everybody's left's a veteran at killing zombies, right? More or less.
I guess. I don't really remember who's left. Fucking. But anyway, yeah, this movie it turns in the Army of the Dead, or should I say Army of the Dead just steals this story.
I don't.
Kinda.
I'm sure it came out first, right? This
well,
did,
yeah,
not
this-
Army of Dead.
yeah. And then by the end of this movie, this shit turns into Mad Max, and I was like,
It does.
what the fuck?
The whole car aspect, like the like stunt driving, it killed the movie, among other things. But that was a big like why.
I really enjoyed the car thing. I was like, look at this kid, using like available resources or whatever. Like I like really like the kids and everything.
The RC car
The
was
only-
cool. I'm talking about the stunt driving like down the highway and like doing like reverse 360s and shit in a fucking SUV.
I was
why?
everything. I was like, okay, that's fine. And then she did the fucking 360 in the alleyway and put the headlights on the car behind her. And I was like, no, I call bullshit on this.
Oh, bullshit on that.
Yeah, that was the one that got me.
You could, I mean, it was a 180, right? But
Whatever.
No.
It was.
360. She just turned around.
yeah, I was like, she could just turn on the lights in.
Yeah.
But like, there's people who could do stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. Not very plausible that this 11-year-old. I don't know how.
Fucking 11-year-old who I don't know when she got these fucking rally car driving lessons and shit.
But I think her dad. If you look in the beginning when the car breaks down, it's like a rally car or something.
Yeah.
And she's like a little kid, probably the same age as her little sister.
Oh.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
But
So
I mean, it doesn't matter. They just give her a skill set, right? Like
the weirdest part about that first fucking chase scene or whatever is just that randomly they have Spanish music playing like over it all. It's like just the fucking guitar.
yeah, it's like from Spain. Yeah, it's like classical guitars. Like, yeah, it's classic. Yeah, it's good stuff. Like I said, I really like this movie. There was 2 parts that I would have cut, but other than that, it was a phenomenal movie.
Well, can we talk about the biggest bullshit thing, which is when they think they've got the money and then they get shot at with the flares by, we learn later, this fucking crew of all these scallions, and
you mean Troop 631?
yeah, and so
Yeah,
all
whatever
the,
that number's
Italian.
supposed to mean.
Yeah, so all the zombies see him, and they have to start driving and shit, and zombies are attacking them. And then I don't even remember what fucked up the car in front of them.
The
They just
zombies.
hit.
They had a roadblock or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
There's
And
3
s-
cars, yeah.
And so they end up like turning sideways, and so dude and his brother-in-law are in the truck behind them, and they slam into him into the roadblock, and those people are dead. Yeah, they're just gone like that because then they slam up against the thing. Soldier dude flies out the windshield like 150 yards, and he goes, "Ah!" And I was like, "No, you are dead." Like
He's just built different. Tom,
he's
please.
built different, yeah. But anyway,
Yeah, it
that
happens
was
all the time, though.
I mean, yeah, I know are cases, yeah, where people are just like, "Oh,"
You get
but like,
ejected from the car, and like, yeah.
yeah. To be fair, I have always thought myself that like that wouldn't hurt me, where I would just fly out the
Superman Tom
I
over
would
here.
fly out the window and be like, "Well, that's crazy."
Hit the ground.
It's the same
Just
thing how
roll like
like
9 million times.
it's the same thing how like I know if I jumped off like a high ass bridge that would kill me, because that's how people kill themselves.
Yeah.
But I'm like it's water, like just jump into it.
Yeah, but you hit like terminal velocity, and
Yeah.
then it's like slapping into like concrete or whatever.
That's
Unless you have
bad.
something to break the water tension. But like,
Your
I understand
legs.
exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
Like, I always tell myself, like, there's a way that if you're about to get hit by a car, you're supposed to jump and like land in the windshield.
and the windshield, yeah.
It's how like the stunt coordinators do it, and I tell myself that would be me. Yeah, I dropped a can of ravioli on my foot the other day, and I was like, "Oh, I couldn't die." Yeah, like I fell in slow motion, and it still hit my foot. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. But
But
I'm with you. That lying to yourself about stuff. You know?
yeah. But anyway, I was pretty surprised that homie lived. I fucking also the whole thing that really kicks that off. Well, it's before everything, but the dude, there's a zombie in this truck, and what was he even leaning in to get out of the truck?
He got into the truck and was leaning over to like let the zombie out or
Yeah.
to move the dead body.
Okay,
It ended up being a zombie.
yeah, and the thing wakes up and starts to attack him, and so then they have to pull him out. But as he's trying to leave, he hits the horn and he like honks that bitch a bunch, and then it like zooms out to show you like how far it's reaching. Next scene is all the zombies running in, and all I could think of was Left 4 Dead when you like shoot the car. It's like you have learned the horde. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which then they end
I
up
hated
shooting the cars a couple times, and the horns go off.
I hated it because the guy like goes in to get the zombie out, right?
Uh,
Shit goes sideways. That guy shoots him in the head. Then the other dude just reaches in with one arm and pulls the zombie out.
Yeah.
Like instantly. I'm like, why didn't you just do that in
yeah.
the beginning?
Um,
There's a big flaw in this movie that zombie outbreak happened 4 years ago. All these cars still have power. Like they're working. Like there's
Yeah.
no like at the end she gets in that truck that's like super dilapidated.
Yeah.
Like busted windows and everything. The horn's working. and
Horn's
shit, and I'm
perfect,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute.
yeah.
But
I did. We talked about in Train to Busan. I remember they had the one scene where the lights go off in the thing, and so they can get through the cabin to the next one or whatever. And then they never use that again. That's like the biggest thing in this movie is that they can't see at night. Like they use that the whole movie.
which like is a weird question because they sound the horn, but there's no light still.
Yeah, but they're just attracted to the sound.
They're like fish,
Yeah.
light, sound.
Yeah, they had
Attractive.
grenades and stuff. Why not just throw a grenade 2 streets out? Throw it down the road and be like, all right, we're getting out.
I don't know. We've seen people with grenades in the
Not
movies
very,
we've
yeah.
watched. They haven't been very successful.
Man, that guy was using smoke grenades in this movie like he was a pro.
Yeah.
It reminded me of watching Mav play PUBG.
Oh yeah. I was upset that when the little girl hit that zombie to save the dude, and she's like, "Hop in if you want to live." I was like, "You should have just went with the Terminator reference. You
Yeah.
should have just come with me if you want to live. Get that bitch in there."
I
But
thought it was great when the door was locked and she went, sorry.
yeah,
I was like, yeah, I was like, oh, classic.
yeah. But I did like that. That's how the beginning came back. Is that then when they go, and the mom and stuff is there, he's like, oh shit. He's like, this is the lady that we just left on the side of the road.
So let me ask y'all.
Yeah, was she pregnant when that happened? Because I didn't see two kids in that scene.
So,
She probably had to be, right?
Must have.
So my question is, would you have told her?
No.
yeah, why bring it up?
And when he was doing it, I was like, what are you doing? Stop. Yeah.
No point in it. It's in the past, right?
Well, yeah, which I guess maybe at that point, like, dude assumes that his brother-in-law's dead. Well, I don't know if he assumes that, because he saw him get in the back of the truck. But so his fucking, like his family's dead. So maybe he just doesn't care what the repercussions are at this point. Maybe he's just like, hey, I left you. I don't know.
Shout out to him
no.
for doing that, though. Does that make him a good person, or
I mean, I thought the guy was a good person the whole movie.
Well, I mean, she says it. She's like, we waited for 31 cars drove by.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're not. She just tells him you're not special. Like,
yeah. I mean, if that didn't, the ending of the movie definitely did.
Well,
When
yeah.
it was like, I'm gonna save your mom, or I'm gonna bring your mom back, or whatever. Which I will be surprised the way these movies are going. I am shocked that he lived.
right?
Like, yeah, like the fact that a good amount of the cast that you liked stayed alive in this movie. I was like, holy shit.
Pretty much. I mean, everyone except for the granddad.
Grandpa
he was-
and the other two people. Oh, and the brother-in-law.
And
He was destined to die, though. I'm pretty sure.
And the sister and the nephew.
Yeah, but that was like the plot device at the beginning, Which, shout out to fucking Peninsula, though, killing that kid off right at the beginning. So.
Well, like this, I don't know. I always ask
What?
myself when I watch these movies,
Yeah.
like, what would you do if you were that mom and your kid got bit? Would you just sit there and die, or would you be like,
I don't know. Well, you
I mean,
always
honest-
want to turn into a
That's
zombie
a
with him.
difficult one.
yeah,
Nah, not me. I'd
that'd be
rather
the
not.
life.
I'd rather get like I don't want to get bit and turn into a zombie. Just like scratch me and then leave me to turn, right?
Well, okay. Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'll
I
scratch
don't
you.
think
As soon as you turn around, I'm biting you. Sorry. You're like, I appreciate that. Like,
do you think your will to live would overpower your grief for your dead or dying child?
I think my my will for revenge would
Revenge?
overpower it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh no, they got little Timmy. Now it's time for some payback. Right?
You do the dude
ultimate, like,
the weightlifter from Train to Busan where he just ties a bunch of like fucking car seats to his hand or whatever it was. And then
no,
just
I
goes
think
on a
I'd be more like,
rampage.
who's the Morgan in Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Where he's just like the
Really?
zombie destroyer or whatever.
He used to be, and then he went through that phase where he didn't kill anything, and I don't know what he's doing now. He's in Fear the Walking Dead, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
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 I would I mean, so one thing I hate about these movies is no one has like a cool katana or something, right? Like,
Yeah.
I want like, and they're set in Korea, but it's set like an Asian culture. So like, seeing someone out there with like just any type of martial art weapon would have been amazing, but because they don't have guns there, but everyone there knows how to use guns.
It's
And I'm like,
Korea.
they're not allowed to have weapons.
I mean, every movie before this, they've had weapons.
Well, that's 'cause the military moved in, and
Yeah.
Well, the
and
cops
then those
and
people
shit.
were the military, but then sort of just got fucked up.
to get fucked
But
up.
I don't know. Like I said, it's
I don't know. You want to know how sleepy I was? It took me until the brother-in-law got shot and was dying on the floor to realize, oh, that was the brother-in-law.
you okay. You might have to. I know you're gonna edit this, but you might have to watch this movie again.
No, I don't remember when.
What was that? You were like, yeah, nah.
Like, I don't remember because the dude is dressed up in like his military outfit and shit, and he has his hat on. It's they were in the city before I was like, oh, this is the military guy with the long hair and shit. And it's like, okay,
When you first see him, yeah, it took me a while to, not a while, but like
yeah.
I knew once
And
I
then
saw the brother.
in his face, I was like, okay, I can see it. But then the brother, yeah, yeah. I thought he was just like a part of the pack of characters that the guy had brought with him, and I was like, oh, okay, it's the brother-in-law. Which, yeah.
So everyone had like a special skill. I have no clue what the brother-in-law's was.
Nah.
He was just the useless character, right?
Yeah, like the lady was like a cab driver, so she knew every street. The other guy, I'm guessing, was like a mechanic because he put a fucking electricity tester on a battery and said, "Okay, start it," and it started instantly, with no problems.
Oh,
It wasn't
yeah.
even smoke or like engine noise. It was just like,
I don't know. He didn't really like. He gets caught. He catches himself to save himself, and then he gets thrown in those fucking pits, and that's where he stays the rest of the movie until he gets saved. And then he like shoots 3 people and gets shot.
I don't even think he shoots him. If you see, he comes out and he turns the corner. He's like, "Brrrr-ka-ka,"
Yeah.
and then everyone just kind of ducks out of the way.
One, I remember
I think they lit
seeing
'em up.
blood come out,
He
right?
let them up.
But then for sure, one of them was still alive on the ground.
Yeah,
Like,
he
because
just
he
ducked
like
out.
gets, yeah. So I don't know
Yeah.
if he killed them all, but yeah, I don't know. That guy was just sort of around. Which, yeah, I did like. They have this whole like power dynamic going on in the camp with what's the commander Sowell? Is that his name or something?
I don't know. Yeah, the names are the hard part.
And
You had Captain, and then you had
Captain's, yeah, and then Sergeant
yeah.
Hain or some shit was his name. But when the sergeant is on to like the captain about to take the money and shit or whatever, and then the private dude comes walking in, and he's piecing the. In my mind, I was like, y'all should just say you're gay. And then it happened. I was like, what? Which the dude was like, you two thing? And the dude immediately was like, yes, we're fucking. I was like, oh, okay.
And the other guy was like, "All right, well, you guys do you.
Yeah.
I'll make sure no one comes in and bothers you." And he starts singing a song about love and laughing
Uh-huh.
or something. And I was like, "Oh, way to go! This guy's really, a
Yeah.
progressive person." I was like, I don't think that's how it would be in real life, but
No. But that was pretty good. That they just were like, we're gay.
my we can go on to best parts, worst part, right?
Okay.
It's because I was about to talk about my favorite part in this.
All right.
So they're at like this bar before they're taking the job or anything, and this guy's like, "You're from the Peninsula," ugh." And then the brother, who like has no redeeming qualities in this whole film, pretends like he's a zombie. He like rolls up his sleeves,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Ah." And I was like, that is hilarious. That was like
Uh-huh.
my kind of dark humor and everything. It's my favorite part of the movie. So, and my least favorite part is all of the UN. So I'll just leave that at where where it
Yeah.
is. So
All right. My favorite part. I don't even know. I'll say this, just because it got me, which is the grandpa of the whole movie is like, fucking Jane is gonna come, Commander Jane or whatever her fucking name was, right? And he's even asking the dude, he's like, did Jane say she was coming? And he doesn't say nothing. And the grandpa's starting to be like, I thought we were close, you know? Into the movie, they track down this helicopter, right? And up to this point, the grandpa had just had that scene where he died, and like all the kids were crying and all this shit, and the mom. And I was like, well, this is pretty sad. And then the mom in this scene is dying, or you think she's falling behind and shit. So I was like, this is pretty sad, right? When they get up there and the lady gets out, and she's like, oh, are you okay? And then the girl looks down and sees Jane. And I was like, she did come. That shit made me so sad. I was like,
Really?
Yeah, it choked me up. The Jane came back. That got me. So, there you go. That's my my favorite. Then my least favorite is all the fake cars that you guys couldn't see in this in this movie.
I don't think they were that fake.
They
I
were
really
fake.
don't.
They're fake as hell.
I mean, I was at this antique place one time, and they had a dresser, that
with
had
a sink in it. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, Maverick, what's your favorite?
He doesn't remember. He watched it 2 weeks
I
ago.
don't-
Yeah,
He's with
fucking.
the part with the zombies. The part with the gun. That's
The Jane thing was way too played out. Like I had
you
a
knew
feeling.
it was gonna happen, right?
Yeah, I
Like,
knew it
yeah.
was gonna happen. Just because they mentioned it like 90 fucking times. I'm like, okay, I get it, I get it. And then they kept playing on like, oh, he's kind of crazy. And then
Way to
it
shit on my
was-
favorite.
Yeah, but then it was
To be honest, that grandpa was a fuck the whole movie. He did nothing.
yeah.
He shot a bottle rocket out of a window.
Mhm.
That's all he did, and looked crazy 90% of the time. But you
Yeah,
did a
he
good
was
job at it.
batshit.
Shout out
And then
to
he's
him.
the only one that ever talked to Jane, and no one else heard it. And I'm like, what the
I think
fuck
the
is this?
smallest daughter was like, "Hi, I'm blah blah blah," or whatever. But yeah, they wanted you to believe that he was super insane and there was nothing, you know.
Super crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out, super crazy.
But we just seen it in so many movies, right? Where like a guy will be like, "Snakes on a plane." He was like, "My supermodel girlfriend," and you're like, "Yeah, okay, bud." And then it ends up
My
he has
3
one.
weed smoking girlfriends. Shouts out to that meme.
And then I don't know. There's a couple like. But anyways, what was your favorite part then, Matt?
Favorite, dude. This movie was rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. One of the most ridiculous ones was the one we already talked about. Was the fucking ball of zombies in the little fighting pit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't really have a favorite. Honestly, this movie was hard to watch. I think I just kept comparing it to Train to Busan and how good that one was.
Yeah, I disagree.
How dare you?
Yeah, I don't think this movie was that. It's definitely better than Soul Station.
Really? I think I'd
Yeah.
watch Soul Station before this one.
Oh, I don't know. Soul Station's pretty bad. Besides the ending.
Yeah. Okay. So, at the end of this movie, Mama One Leg is coming out of the smoke,
I thought they were gonna
Legit?
shoot her.
walking like a zombie, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh man!" Remember we were talking about how the movie would be so much better if she got shot at the end, and I went, "Don't
Yeah.
do." I was crying already. I was like, "Don't do it!" You know, like,
Really?
yeah, it really got me. I don't know
They
why.
kept-
like,
It was like slow mo, and they kept like. It took so long for the kids to get to the mom. I was convinced something was gonna happen. Like she was gonna
Yeah.
get shot or some shit. For a minute, I thought maybe she had been bit and then she was gonna get there and be like, "Ah," and turn into a zombie. But I also liked when the kids ran away. In the back, you could see Jane like trying to run after them. Yeah.
it was I don't know. There's a couple like weird parts in this, like when the kid takes the gun. I was like,
Yeah.
"God damn!"
I was like, is this Black Widow again?
And then, whoa, spoiler! Like that's a brand new movie, Tom. What?
No one
We've all
knows
seen it,
what it
then.
means, though.
But
She dies at the end.
Jesus Christ.
she doesn't even die at the end. She dies in a different whole movie.
I
but-
know, so you can't. Whoa!
Oh,
No one knew she
spoiler.
died in another movie. Why don't we tell him Iron Man's dead? Why don't we tell him, huh?
Y'all are out of pocket.
For like 10 years now. Like, if you
10
didn't know.
years. Yeah.
I mean, it had to come out a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, it came out 2019 or something like that.
Yeah, so if you're watching a horror podcast, well, maybe, yeah. They don't watch superhero. Anyways.
They don't care.
But I like how Jade was like, let's just calm down, assess the situation. And there's like, 10 UN guys with guns. My
Mhm.
problem with the UN thing is like, where have they been this whole time?
Right?
Like, could have just called them like a week into it and gotten out or whatever.
They've been
But,
doing
like-
UN stuff.
Well, the guy at the beginning literally says about the Coast Guard or whatever. He was like, no one cares unless you're paying them.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden, this lady comes out of nowhere, and I don't know. I always feel some kind of way when you see like a large person in a zombie movie. Because you figure all these people are starving, right? Like even the guy wanted a snack or something to
Yeah.
boost morale. And then you see Jane, and that lady has missed no meals.
Yeah, but
How
this
dare
was.
you?
She's been living that good UN life, though.
Are you good? You
Also, like, I don't know if this has reached the U.S. Like, I think this just
Oh,
might be here, you know?
I mean, UN is like every nation,
Well,
but
yeah,
yeah,
but, you know? Because I was about to say, when do we get to the point that we're just like, all right,
I thought they
let's
were
go ahead
like,
and bomb them?
I thought like the U.S. was throwing shade because they have that weird part in the beginning where it's like a talk show or
Yeah.
whatever. And the guy was like, she was like, how long did the government take to fall apart? And he was like, 1 day. And I
Yeah.
was like, ooh. I was like, we just went through COVID-19 and we fell apart pretty quick.
Yeah.
Right? Like everyone in the world fell apart at the same time, but it took longer than a day. Wow.
Is that Norm Macdonald joke where he's like, yeah, you know, I was driving over here and the guy was like, there's been 11 confirmed. 100! 1,000! Yeah. But anyway.
But like I said, this movie was great. It's not it's a little tearjerker at the end. I don't think the action is really worth it. There's a part where the guy goes crazy and starts using like gun fu on everybody.
Yeah, he starts doing John Wick shit.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it was just stolen from John Wick. But this movie just feels like it steals things from other movies.
Yeah.
The Train to Busan was like kind of original and kind of like in its own lane. This one, it just feels like it's taken a bunch of different shit from every movie and thrown it together.
Uh-huh.
So, but like I said, it was a good movie. I don't know. Like, okay, Maverick didn't like it. You gave it a 4. Oh, good lord!
Carded.
And we all
Fucking
heard.
disgusting.
Yeah.
It's gonna be muted in the podcast. You guys are gonna sound crazy talking about how farted.
But I don't know why people shit on this movie as much as they did. This is a normal like action zombie movie, right? Like I think this is better than the Batista movie.
It's definitely better than the Batista movie. Yeah.
I always Army of the Dead.
I mean
or whatever.
yeah, Army of the Dead. I mean that
I
movie
mean
was
they had
fucking
like superheroes.
2.5 hour long and shit.
So like I don't know. I don't know what the other 9 movies are gonna be, but I'd put this in my top 10 of zombie movies. And like I said, I'd put it
Damn.
ahead of Train to Busan.
I don't know if I could even. Yeah.
Name 10? Yeah, that's why I felt confident in putting it up there, but you know. But I don't know. Great movie.
Hmm.
Great movie. How much did it end up making? I know you said it cost 16 million.
42 million.
Oh man, yeah, bank. They made bank. There'll be another one. I don't know any South Korean landmarks to call it, but you know.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, there you go. The fucking trilogy is over. I don't know if there even are plans to make another one right now, but if there are, I'm sure we'll watch it.
Are we all in agreement that it's? Well, I'm not, but you all think it's Train to Busan, Peninsula, then Seoul Station, right?
Right now, I would say Train to Busan, Peninsula, and Seoul Station. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit. I think it's the other way around. But
Yeah.
are you gonna get your dad to watch this and then?
No, he doesn't watch foreign movies. He's like, why would I watch a movie I have to read? I'm like, okay. Well, I could
Yeah.
play him the dub. But I don't think I do know they're remaking Train to Busan, which is American actors. So maybe I'll show him that when that comes out.
Why?
Because, like I said, America loved that shit. So they're like, we can do it. So they're just gonna remake it.
Oh, they already got Peninsula done. I guess you could just.
Yeah, they already did that one. That fucking movie it just came out, and like the teaser for the next one's already out. It's
What,
like,
Army of Dead?
Yeah, no, the next one's Army of Thieves, and they already have like a minute long teaser for it. And it's like, when did y'all film these like back to back? Did y'all just not stop? Like,
Well, I mean, it's only gonna be none of the same people, right? Just the daughter.
I don't think the daughter's in it. No, it's a prequel. Yeah, so the daughter's not even gonna be in it. I think the smart dude, the Russian dude's in it though. I think he might be the only character in it.
You mean the German?
Is he? I can't remember. Yeah, German.
The guy who the safe cracker?
Yeah.
Or whatever?
I cracked the code. Fuck. I was
Spot on.
trying to do a German.
Spot on with these impressions.
Thanks, man. All right. Anyway, there you go. Peninsula's done. Coming out Friday is The Conjuring, so look forward to that. Me and Tyler, I'm sure we'll hop back into another Texas Chainsaw soon. We only have 3 more to do, and then we're done with those. Until I think they're in the middle of making another one.
I have a new series we're gonna start. I don't know if we'll do it in overtime or not, though. But the Wrong Turn movies.
Yeah.
Just because I saw some lady talking about how Wrong Turn 6 is her favorite of them all. And I went, there's 6 of these?
Yeah. They're... Fuck. I hate... Wrong Turn... I won't get into it. Yeah. I've seen some of them. I've seen Wrong Turn 6. It is not the best one. Out of, yeah. So, I think... Which one? I think Wrong Turn 3 has Henry Rollins in it. So,
Nice.
Shout out to that. He's pretty good in it, too.
So, there's an amazing movie with Keanu Reeves in it. I couldn't think of his name. That Henry Rollins is in. That's, was it? Fuck. I can't think of the name of it. Johnny Mnemonic or something like that?
That sounds right.
Where he has, it's like the Matrix. He has like a database in his head, and he's like paid to smuggle information.
Yeah.
And Henry Rollins kills it in that.
Oh, fuck.
He's also in like the 3rd season of Sons of Anarchy, and he's amazing in it too.
He's also in Jack Frost.
Is that the one where the killers?
The other
Santa?
one.
Oh, okay.
The one with is
Michael
it
Keaton?
Michael Keaton? Yeah, he's the hockey coach.
Well, he has like these other movies I'm talking about. He actually has lines and stuff.
He does. He has. He's like, hit it. But anyway, all right. Well, that's what's coming up for the rest of the. I don't know what I'm saying. Rest of the week, Friday, Conjuring, then Texas coming soon, and then Wrong Turn. I guess gonna watch those. Those movies.
We'll talk about it.
I wanted to watch the Hatchet movies, but right. At least
Puppet
Hatchet.
Master 4.
Puppet Master 4, baby.
There's like one fan who's like, they keep talking about it. I can't wait.
He's one day.
They're doing it this week, Ma.
Yeah.
Hey, Ma.
Yeah, bring the camera. Bring the camera.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's the same one who every week he's like, they didn't mention the greenhouse. He gets really sad.
Motherfucking slide.
Anyway.
Like, Mama, they don't ground it. They ain't no motherfucking slide. It's
Yeah.
just, oh, I love it.
All right. See you Friday. Conjuring.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Conjuring.